to Podbags.
Whoa!
Oven bags? I think
bags?
oven bags. Yeah, can we do oven bags?
Oh,
Excuse me.
I didn't know you set that up.
Pardon me.
Stuffing bags.
Yeah.
Nice.
We hope your turkey is thawed and cooked and smoked and deep fried, whatever you want to do with it. We hope it's ready.
I hope
Yeah,
it's
like a
moist.
week ago. I hope it was
Moist.
thawed like a week ago.
Moist.
Yeah, I hope it's moist.
Moist.
We are dry turkey haters in this Podbags household.
Okay. Well, it just gives me an excuse to just pour gravy on it.
Yeah, but if it's moist and then you add gravy, it's even better.
It's moister.
More moisture.
More moister.
He's got me there.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're doing another special episode here, special edition of Podbags. We're going to do some Thanksgiving stuff today
It's just for you.
because we're hoping this is releasing on Thanksgiving. I think it
will.
is.
Yeah, well, no.
I'll have some words with our editor.
Yeah, we're pretty low effort, so.
Yeah, we'll slap them around.
That's exactly what I was going to do with my words.
So I'm your host, Dave, and I'm joined by my co-host, Brom.
Gobble, gobble.
Danger.
I am not a sheep.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well, that's good.
Turn to Alex Jones.
It would make podcasting weird.
Stuffing's turn the turkey gay.
Turns turkeys into sheep. I don't know. It's funny. It's difficult to be more unhinged than him. It's like
He's so good at it.
I know. It's like difficult to satirize.
Satirize.
He's had a lot of practice to be
Satirize.
Satirize.
Yeah.
Satirize.
Satirize.
Right to me, but it's not.
It's satirize.
Satirize sounds like you're turning somebody into a satyr or whatever.
That's
No,
that's good.
It's just
good
what
adjacent.
happens when I start to cry. I have satirize.
Satyr.
Oh, that's like a Prince song.
That's pretty good. Satirize.
Turn to satirize.
It'd be sick.
There you go.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like those fucking speak and spell things. The thing where you pull the ratchet. And,
The turkey says.
doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like that? Oh, it's
The
great.
pod bag goes.
No, the pod bag goes. Maybe don't do that.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, we have a few now.
Sweet.
Well, how about off the bat, we give hey, let's give thanks to each other. Hey, Dad,
Yeah.
thanks for being such a good podcast host. Hey, thanks. Danger,
Thanks, man.
thanks for being as uninformed as I am on
Yes.
the topics.
You are
we look like
welcome.
we're not even playing feels very nice. Hey,
You are welcome.
and to the audience, hey, thanks.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's like PBS.
By viewers like you.
Thank you. Well, I'm
Now
ready to learn
they
about
all feel
Thanksgiving.
special now. We buttered them up.
Okay.
Food humor.
Based.
Wow.
Yeah. Get it?
Good. Wow. Oh my God.
That was based.
I'll be real. I don't know if I've said based about anything. You might be more up to date on the stuff than me. That's great.
That's nice. Wow. I like that.
That's the theme of our podcast today. We're very based. Yeah, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to cover at least a few sides here because, of course, it seems like every holiday has some kind of controversy to it. So, there's the story we're told. There's the story that maybe we're not told, but is out there.
So get ready for our 5-hour Netflix documentary on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Full
No.
reenactment.
There's the story that you thought that you knew until you watched Addams Family Values and you were like, oh no.
You learned about Pubert or whatever.
Pubert.
That's what the baby's name is.
Was it?
Yeah, with the little mustache. Pubert Adams.
That's
Are you
great.
s- are you
I don't
sure?
remember that at all.
Hold on, guys. We're
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Nobody else is
like it's
nobody else is
not.
going to see this.
I
but
feel
we're gonna
they
share
can hear
it.
they can hear the
Yeah, they can hear the clicky clacky.
man. I feel like that would have like stayed.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Right here.
Holy crap!
Pubert Adams. This baby.
They must have said it in some weird accent that I, as a child, didn't put together.
Current status. What happened to Pubert Adams?
Oh God,
He is shot into the air by a bowling ball and falls into the basement.
he does.
Pubert Adams.
R.I.P.
Rest in Pubert. Okay, well, that's the other holiday. We're not doing that one anymore.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
We're actually giving recognition to Thanksgiving, unlike all of the retail stores.
There you go. To be fair, what could you put up for Thanksgiving?
I mean, there is like an aisle worth of like turkeys and like, like stuffed turkeys and things like that they put out for Thanksgiving, where they're like, oh, here's like a scarecrow and like a turkey and like a cornucopia. You can buy some of this shit. And then there's like 60 aisles of Christmas stuff right next to it.
Yeah,
pretty
there's
much.
nothing you can do to escape the being that is Christmas.
Black hole of capitalism.
Right. But one thing I'll say is I've talked about this recently because, of course, we're all musicians. There really aren't any Thanksgiving
I'm a drummer.
songs. Yeah, well, there's no Thanksgiving songs.
No.
So, like, I don't know. Thanksgiving kind of does get the short end on a lot of ways. So.
Maybe they're trying to, not.
What is there to sing
what should we
about?
sing about? Oh,
I
you know
ate
what?
turkey.
Maybe we shouldn't sing about how
I'm
this
gonna
came
Google
to be.
some more talking about this.
Yes,
Yeah.
Googs.
But you're pretty much right.
Guggen.
Like, Guggen.
Guggenheim.
This is interesting. There's like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these really don't count, but it makes it way funnier. So here we go, listeners. So we have,
We're learning together.
I've got plenty to be thankful for. Adam Sandler made the Thanksgiving song.
Yeah.
Bob Marley and the Wailers, Give Thanks and Praises.
Okay.
We Are Family, Sister Sledge.
Okay.
Do the Mashed Potatoes.
well,
Harvest Moon by Neil Young.
that one feels stretchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are not. And then Stretchy Pants by Carrie Underwood.
There it is.
This is Ben Rector. Rector damn near killed her. This is, yeah, how odd.
I thought it was Ben Dover.
Oh, no, that's his cousin. And I leaned over.
Nice. Ben and Eileen.
And Hugh Jassel. Okay.
That's right.
Well, clue us into Thanksgiving. I need to know more.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Sure.
surprised.
Yeah. I thought you were still researching. I'm not watching you right now.
No, that they're stupid.
Right.
Nope, I didn't like anything I found. They're trash.
All right. So here's a fun question for you. Which side of a turkey has more feathers?
The feather side.
The back?
The outside.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe the inside has really small feathers. Microscopic.
Right?
Ooh, we wouldn't know.
No.
Been
wouldn't
eating them
know.
all these years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like scales.
So, I mean, but speaking though, I mean, a more legit question: what's your favorite Thanksgiving food? And let's exclude the turkey. We know people mostly like the turkey.
Green bean casserole.
There you
I
go.
could eat pounds of it. It's so good.
You and Cyrus both, my son.
They're so good.
It's super not for me.
Oh, no stuffing, actually. It's got to be stuffing.
Now stuffing, that's a different world. That stuff is seriously good if you do it right. But there is ways where you can do it that is straight up not good. I'm very picky.
Legitimately, if you don't know how to make stuffing legit on your own, just stovetop every time. Stovetop's so good.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
perfect.
can't fail.
I've had multiple times at home where I just eat stovetop. It's not
Yes, sir.
responsible, but it's so
Oh, it
awesome.
doesn't matter. The day before, I had a box of macaroni. I don't give a shit.
Grocery store near me, they'll sell these big old smoked turkey legs.
Oh god.
And they're only like $4 for 2 legs. Like, they're huge. So I'll just take that and I'll rip all the meat off of it. And you do a box of stuffing, and then I'll put like a bag of like frozen vegetables in there, like corn and carrot stuff. You put that in with the stuffing, and you put the turkey in there. And then you get like the Heinz like gravy, and you put that in there, and then you just
howdy.
and you just have, it's so good. It's so good.
Wow.
I don't know. We call that like Pilgrim's Feast or something.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Except a real Pilgrim's Feast would be like horrible orange, unedible,
Hardtack. I'm told.
inedible maize, and like,
Hardtack. It was this crazy like super biscuit.
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
was called.
Yeah, it's
it was
horrible.
Like, it was so dense. It was the densest bread you can imagine, and they dense enough to where they could hold it in a barrel. That's nice.
stupid or something.
Dense enough where they could hold it in a barrel for however many months or whatever it took.
Yeah, it
to
looks
get
like you
from
should
there to
build
here.
with it.
Yeah, it wasn't great. We tried it once in a history class.
Yeah, me too. It's horrible.
It tastes exactly as you imagine. Yeah.
I remember not liking direct molasses, but then I had hardtack, and I was like, molasses kind of awesome in comparison.
They're like, yeah, no, this is fine.
Molasses way better. Well, what do you think, Danger?
Pumpkin pie.
Wow.
I like pumpkin pie the next day for breakfast.
How much
Okay.
Cool Whip though?
Okay, little shade.
I'm raising my eyebrows.
I don't like the Cool Whip. I don't
No,
like it.
of course not. It's gross.
I don't know what it is.
No, like the
Oil
aerosol.
or what
You
it
don't
is?
like Ready
Yeah.
Whip. Yeah, the
No.
aerosol. That's not good.
No,
Right.
the serious stuff that you got to scoop out of like a tub.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's the stuff.
And you
Yeah.
put it in the freezer for like a little bit, so it's like kind of ice creamy. Oh my god.
That's the stuff. That's so good.
That was,
I just like pie, man. I
Right.
just want pie.
fair.
I don't know. I don't. What? Here's a little tidbit from my upcoming Thanksgiving. They, for me and probably my offspring, are instead alongside of the turkey also making enchiladas. So yeah, so that's me. That's my
nice.
favorite Thanksgiving food apparently. So
That's cool. That's a fun thing about Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
You can remix
Yeah.
it.
enchiladas
Right.
and
Yeah, exactly.
pie, get out.
To be fair, if settler, like if the Pilgrims, Native Americans, whatever, if they knew what enchiladas were and could make them, they probably would have eaten that instead.
Dude, they'd have looked at their hardtack and been like, no.
You got any red sauce?
No. This doesn't work for me. Salsa Verde, get out of the way.
Come on.
right on. See, I'm all about the mashed potatoes.
Fair.
I could just eat.
Well,
bowls
you're a
of
lumpy
it.
guy, skin?
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
No, I mean,
I don't think they bother me. The skin.
I like the rustic ones.
Yeah.
That's the industry term.
Rustic. I did not know that.
It's a fancy way of saying we didn't finish mashing
potato. It's a fancy way of saying potato.
Sick.
Oh, I feel like potatoes are cheat code though. I don't know if I've had a type of potatoes I don't like.
Hey,
No,
that's
actually,
fine.
School potato wedges.
I've
Oh,
I've
yeah.
used cheat
Horrible.
codes whenever I could, so
That's right.
There you go.
If potatoes are cheat codes, then that's fine.
Oh, they're
Fine by
awesome.
me.
It's great for everything.
Right?
Yeah, there's if you're like they're like, oh, what do you want for a side at a restaurant? And you're like, I don't even know what they have. Baked
Potato is pretty much
Always.
safe every time.
Every single time.
Yeah, any type of potato, great.
Yep. Totally good. I don't think that I like au gratin.
Really,
little sliced
I think it's
cheesy ones.
awesome
It wasn't for me.
with some peas on there. That's so good.
Peas is fine.
I like
Don't-
old man. I
no,
like the old
don't-
man food like that's great.
Don't pee on my potatoes.
Oh, my bad.
There's
no,
already
au
pea in
gratin.
potatoes.
Oh, it's rotten. No, I didn't like it. I don't know.
Oh, it's rotten. Is that what you said?
Yeah, oh, it's rotten.
Oh, it's
No, no, no.
rotten.
Oh, they're grating.
Oh,
Great.
see, look at that. Two sides of every story.
That's why we're
Much like
here.
Thanksgiving.
That's why we're here. So let's start off with our more traditional understanding, probably what at least people my age, the 30, 40-year-old people, and that we learn about
lies.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, the lies of, oh, it was just the Pilgrims and the Native Americans.
They were
hung
best
out,
friends.
and it was
Everyone was
cool.
so
They're like,
happy.
oh, yeah, like, this is great.
They
Like,
put paint on their hand. They made a turkey on a piece of paper.
Yep, they had a
Yeah.
dance fight.
dance off.
Cool.
Dance off, pants off.
No.
Yeah, they just,
Well, loincloths off.
That's right.
that doesn't
might have
flow
pants on
as
their
well,
Pants
though.
were already gone. I don't know. I did not do well in history. The only thing I remember is that hardtack. So
That's fair. And that's because it was traumatizing.
it was.
Okay, you can keep talking.
All right. Just letting that sink in for a minute. So yeah, I mean, even just I think most people know this, but we'll give some quick facts. It's celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November every year for us. And of course, we have Thanksgiving here in the United States. I know it's in Canada; they have Thanksgiving, but it's a different time. I think it's in October. I didn't quite double check, but if I remember, it's in October. So it is celebrated under that name in various other places. And of course, you can tell from what we're talking about, it usually involves dinner. That's pretty much the main focus of Thanksgiving. What is it? It's just getting together and eating until you're basically sick.
My understanding was that and football apparently, but I don't really ball, so
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how
Lunch.
traditional. I mean, I think in the 1600s, football wasn't that popular.
Oh yeah.
We don't know.
Football American.
No, I do know.
Oh dang.
So
Coming in with the heat.
October 14th, Monday. That is
What?
I guess that's when Canadian Thanksgiving was this year.
yeah, see, so in October. So
So
Wow.
what they do like the second October or second Monday of October, the second October of the year. These Canadians are crazy.
I never have Thanksgiving. We don't
over
believe in it.
again.
When's Thanksgiving coming? I don't know. We're waiting for second October. I think we might
gone
miss it,
again.
guys.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. So it obviously includes the things we're talking about: turkey, potatoes, squash, corn, green beans, cranberries. Some people do attend religious services, and then we do have the Thanksgiving Day Parade here, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day
Classic.
Parade. And like Danger said, we have football games, so that's kind of kind of the big things
Whole
there.
gamut.
And of course, the most important part of Thanksgiving is that Black Friday starts right after that.
Boom,
That
at
is
midnight.
the most important
That's
thing.
the one.
That's how
everybody-
Thanksgiving works.
Exactly.
You
It's-
eat
it's-
a lot. You take a huge crap. You fall asleep. You
like
you
2
in a coma.
hours.
You wake up in a cold sweat. Oh, what happened? What year is it? You look. Time to go to the store. Midnight.
right.
Get out of there.
that's
Get
right.
out of the house.
Yeah, I
That's
gotta go.
great. You're hammered from
People-
Thanksgiving.
I was
You're
gonna say,
full.
people
You're
like
half asleep.
leaving the Thanksgiving early to
Swerving on the road.
Oh yeah, ready to go.
And I
Gotta
think,
go trample some people for TV at Walmart.
yeah, right. And see, I know I told you guys this, and I can't remember. I don't think it was like when we were recording, but I think it's updated now. But it was a couple years ago. I was checking my phone calendar, and I was literally checking to see when Thanksgiving was, and my phone calendar did not tell me when Thanksgiving was. It was not there.
Oh,
And I turned, I even checked and turned on and off, the holidays, because you can do that, where you're like, oh, I want to know about these events. Turned that on and off, and it just wasn't showing up. But you know what it did have? It told me when Black Friday was.
wow, that's the big one.
And so I knew where Thanksgiving was because it had Black Friday. I
sort of
couldn't turn that on and off or nothing. That
Right.
was already
No,
there.
no.
It's like no,
They're like,
It's
no,
in
Black
bold.
Friday. We
Give
don't care about
thanks
Thanksgiving.
To your capitalist overlords.
Yeah.
sir.
And of course, we know probably what calendar I was using. If I'm using I'm not using an Apple phone. I'm using the other
BlackBerry.
company, another company. Yeah.
Nokia.
Motorola Razr, yeah. Car phone.
So
Every time, I can't not hear that every time. I love that show. Anyhow,
right. So what we had here, this is starting getting into the history of this a little bit. So some of the New England and Virginia colonists, they originally celebrated days of fasting as well as days of Thanksgiving.
That's not celebrating.
that sounds miserable.
We celebrated by not eating. Oh, okay.
Well-
how about I celebrate by hitting my nuts with a hammer?
Well,
I'm just gonna go home.
obviously, entertainment was somewhat limited. They didn't have Podbags back then, so they had to come up with things.
No, they might have.
So they were thanking God for blessings such as harvests, ship landings, military victories, or the end of a drought.
So they were
That's
thanking,
kind of like their football game.
They were thanking God for the food by not eating it.
They were like, "Oh, it looks so good. Let's not eat it."
Let's just sit and look at it.
That was their
It was just too
TV.
beautiful. It was too beautiful.
They put a painting frame around it, and they just look at it and they go, "Ah, yes,
That's
it
the
looks
stuff.
nice on the morrow."
So here's our the first Thanksgiving is typically credited or attributed to being celebrated by the Pilgrims in 1621.
Which is quite early.
Yeah. So what are we? 402 years into this now.
Is it? I know it sounds stupid. Is it the oldest holiday that hasn't switched names / things? Because like we talked about the Halloween episode,
Yeah.
it pretty much switched. It wasn't really Halloween until the 30s or whatever.
Right.
And Christmas, I don't think was really Christmas until quite a bit later. So it's Thanksgiving consistently
I wonder.
know.
I don't know. I haven't checked. I don't know if it was called Thanksgiving at that time. Maybe it was. Maybe seems like. I mean, that
we
is a
can lie
very.
and say.
We're just gonna go with
That's a very old worldly word. Anyways,
Well, plus it's a straightforward name. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
What are we doing today? Thanksgiving.
it. Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
Giving
we're-
thanks.
There you go.
Is it what did Yoda invent? Thanksgiving.
Pass me the mashed potatoes.
No potatoes mashed.
Nice.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Turkey dry, Linda, bitch.
Shut her down, Yoda. Shut her down.
So apparently, though, the original November 1621 Thanksgiving lasted 3 days and was attended by 90 Native American Wampanoag people and 53 survivors of the Mayflower, the Pilgrims.
Wow.
Wow.
Can you imagine sometimes you go to Thanksgiving and there's like some people there. They're like, I don't. Actually, it's kind of not true for us. But there's a lot of families where like, oh, there's certain people that like don't want to talk to, or like it gets racist or whatever. Can you imagine how weird that Thanksgiving must have been? Like, yeah, like 90 Native Americans just like hanging out, and you're just like, oh, Native Americans, huh? And you're like, oh, do you know this other tribe? And they're like, they murdered our people, and you go, sorry,
That makes sense.
yeah,
Sorry about that.
more turkey. Okay.
Let's eat things. Oh God, I hate this place.
Oh no.
Share some of our hardtack. It's great.
Womp,
They're like, oh, the hell's wrong with these white people?
They started back then. Man, these white people, what's wrong with them?
Crazy. I just did the math to find, because you said the fourth Thursday, right?
Correct.
I tried to find out if there was a way that there just wasn't a fourth Thursday
That's
Ever.
by starting on the Friday. So the first would be a Friday, right?
right.
And it's the 28th was Thursday, so there's no way to avoid it. I was just I don't know why I had
There's no way
to
to
know.
avoid Thanksgiving.
I don't know why I had to know, but I had to know. So you're all welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for that positive, uplifting comment.
You can't escape.
What would be the like horror version killer in a
It's out in
Thanksgiving
theaters
film?
right now. Legitimately, there's Thanksgiving Eli Roth horror movie out right now.
Is it just called that?
Thanksgiving.
So I'm supposed to be scared of Eli Roth?
What's an
You're
Eli
not?
Roth?
Have you seen his hair?
What the hell's an Eli Roth?
Looks like Abercrombie
Yeah.
and Fitch. He made Hostel. He made,
maker.
he's kind of like, like the, what do you call it?
Woody Allen.
Torture porn kind of,
Oh, that
kind of
stuff.
horror movie thing. What do you? No. I made a horror movie.
I was guessing.
I'm gonna
I felt
look
like
up
I
this
should guess.
Thanksgiving horror movie.
I don't. Would it be a big turkey?
I think it's a guy in a pilgrim mask.
Oh.
But it is like kind of freaky, I guess. Axe wielding maniac terrorizes residents of Plymouth, Massachusetts after a Black
sounds
Friday
way
riot
too-
ends in tragedy.
That still doesn't sound very
That
good.
sounds
to
way
me.
too real. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I don't care for that very much.
If only we had video podcasts, we could have watched the trailer with our reactions. We kind of
No, thanks. I don't want to do that.
oh, okay. I want to learn about Thanksgiving instead.
Yeah. So apparently there was, I like this, that there was a Thanksgiving celebration in Virginia in 1619. So 2 years earlier. But we don't care about that one.
Oh,
Yeah, get out of here.
we just were like, no,
Yeah. We're just like, no.
dry run. It's
Yeah, no. That one doesn't count.
fine. Right.
You
Well,
know.
again.
Yeah.
This one's good.
New holiday called Giving Thanks. I don't know, guys. We might need to workshop this.
So, but it's been celebrated nationally on and off since 1789.
Nice.
But George Washington issued a proclamation after a request by Congress. And then we have apparently Thomas Jefferson said, nope. He said, I don't want to observe it.
Wow.
So,
What
I
an
liked
asshole.
Abraham's
yep. And
proclamation a
then,
lot better.
Abraham Lincoln proclaimed a national day of Thanksgiving and praise to our beneficent.
Yeah,
beneficent
I feel like that's right.
Father who dwelleth in the heavens.
Oh.
Fancy language there. So he was the one to kind of bring it back, where he's like, yeah, let's start doing that again. That sounds good. We need a day off.
Heck yeah.
And then in 1870, Ulysses S. Grant, president, signed into law the Holidays Act that made Thanksgiving a yearly appointed federal holiday.
Okay.
So the one that Abraham or whatever proclaimed, like it was like a one time, like we're just
He
going
just
to do this. It's going to
proclaimed
be
it.
cool.
Yeah, it was an executive order.
It was like a cool suggestion. Like, hey,
Yeah, like
Check
if you
this
don't do
out.
this, I'm
Ulysses
going to
was
send.
like, dude, that was sick. We are doing that every year. Like that's how Ulysses talked. He wasn't
And then in 1885, multiple holidays, including Thanksgiving, were made a paid holiday for federal workers.
Heck
because,
yeah.
of course, everybody else, it's tough shit.
Yeah,
just
sucks for you.
Just get your stuff ready to sell on Friday.
That's right.
That's what you do.
You're supposed to be in a store working for me when I'm going there and saving money.
Buddy, come on. So
By
this is
spending money.
This is my quick, interesting interjection because I was like, I wonder what the oldest official U.S. holiday is. The first federal holidays were created in 1870, like you said. Congress granted paid time off to federal workers, District of Columbia, for New Year's Day, Independence Day, Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day.
Welcome to Earth.
Nice.
So that's interesting.
played.
So Christmas and Thanksgiving and Independence Day were all technically the official oldest U.S. holidays. New Year's Day, I feel like that's everybody counts that.
Dave,
Right,
are you
'cause
suggesting
everybody's
he
too
was
drunk.
welcoming Chris
Yeah.
Rock to Earth. Is that what you're suggesting?
Maybe. You keep my planet's name out of your mouth.
Well, that's kind of awesome, though.
That is kind of sick.
We're here to take over Earth.
Uppercut him.
They're like, oh wow, we should make a movie about this.
So they did adjust the dates around a little bit for Thanksgiving, though. So
Yeah, it seems
finally,
interesting to come up with the fourth Thursday.
right? Yeah, Franklin D. Roosevelt. He's the one. He moved it 1 week earlier, and then from 1942, Congress decided on the fourth Thursday in November. So
Congress.
they took it away. Yeah, no longer at the discretion of the president.
Like, no more.
Do you think it's because of the TH? Like Thanksgiving Thursday?
They were like,
They're like, that makes sense. Matches up.
Why, but four?
Last one, I guess.
Could there be five things?
I think it's because most
Yes.
holidays
There-
are either at the
there
very
can-
beginning of the month or the back end.
But if there was 5 Thursdays, then you could have no Thanksgiving. Because there's not always 5 Thursdays.
Yes,
True.
If it was put that, yeah, that's correct.
I think
I
they
got
did it.
close to 28. So
I think they did it to space it, literally to space it out between Halloween and Christmas. I bet you that's why they did
Because
it.
Halloween's at the end of its month also.
Right. So you just put it at the end of November, and then you get one at the end of
why not
December.
just make it like the 27th.
Why
They wanted to
specifically
fit
the
it 20th of the
27th?
week.
It'd be a
I don't
different
know.
day. Yeah, they
All the
want,
other ones are a specific day.
I know, but they wanted a day off
They wanted a
So
Thursday.
they wanted to make sure it was on a work week so that they could.
so that we could sell shit on Friday. That's how we get
Touche.
Black Friday.
Touche. Well
Boom.
played.
So-
Capitalism.
So I'm going to tell this joke, and it's not even a joke. I'm going to tell this quick story.
I can't wait.
And it's great because I'm going to have to give you guys kind of an idea. I have a student because I teach musical instruments, and I have a student who is an African-American gentleman. Okay, this is important because I want you to understand this. And the funniest thing that I heard, he just said this the other day. He came into the store where I do teach music, and he said to one of our people, he said, "Hey, I see you've got Black Friday sales. What does that mean you're getting me? Because I'm black."
Yeah, I like that he had to announce it just in case you were blind.
Yeah.
He's
Just in case you
double-checking.
didn't notice.
Be like, here's the connection.
Well, I think he was, it was for everybody,
Just to make sure.
But it was just
Good.
funny. I was like, that is great. That is, I appreciated the humor.
That's lovely.
It was. He's like, "What are you getting me? I'm black." And I was like,
And it's Friday.
"Yeah." And I was like, I would make that joke if I was black, but I'm not. So
I
can't.
am also not. Turns
Maybe
out.
we can make a reverse joke like, oh, you can't see us after Labor Day.
Because nice. I
There
thought
you
you
go.
were going to go with a cracker joke, but I
No.
like that one better. That was good.
Right.
There you
Crackers love cheese. That's
Right,
the
that's-
common one.
yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
Man,
But
love
anyways,
cheese.
it was just one of the
That is
funniest things where I
hilarious.
was like, dude, that is so
You should
funny.
get him something anyways, even a small thing. Be like, you know
Like,
what?
That was worth it.
Give him like 5%
You
off
win,
coupon.
guy.
Be like, come on.
Here you
know?
go, bud.
Yeah, like the family and friends discount. Be like,
That's
you
right.
can use this today. You know what? Honestly, that's hilarious.
I'm thankful for you.
So there were some even earlier Thanksgiving observances as well, though. Obviously, like I said, we've pinned the one here in America to that one in 1621. But there's some other Thanksgiving services that happened. There's some even in the 16th century by Spaniards. And then the French also did. There was apparently one, it's claimed that there was one in Florida where they had a meal in 1565.
Florida used to be cool.
No.
Oh,
What we just ate together.
I didn't
Doesn't
mean to
mean
excite
anything.
anyone.
Yeah, they just ate food.
I'm thankful for having 3 of my teeth left.
There goes our Florida listeners. Slowly but surely.
That's okay.
Busy driving in oncoming traffic. Having
wow.
their toes open and fungus all over.
But yeah, so there was also
Sorry, Florida. Love you.
there's also some record of there's some being one in Virginia, 1607, 1610. A couple other ones, 16, 19. So basically, I mean, it's a meal, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
they're sitting down, they're giving thanks for something. It's pretty loose, you know? I mean, there's not necessarily, you know, a real hard
I think that's
line
why
on
it's
that.
great. Not a lot of constrictions.
Right.
No.
Constraints. I don't know.
Constraints.
No,
Like
there's
Christmas?
not many boas either. It's
Nice.
pretty snake free.
Thanksgiving could have a lot of bows if we're fashioned up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Christmas, very specific. And they're like, oh, you got to get gifts. You got to blah, blah, blah. You
Decor, everything.
Yeah,
They have a whole
too
thing.
specific. Yeah, and then like I don't know. I guess this was a bad example. Christmas, the only one that you like really, really decorate for. Maybe Easter, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But you just
it's
go and eat,
pastels,
that's
right?
it.
It's got its own color palette. Like I
You
get
just
it.
kind of eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Thanksgiving isn't that special. It's like every holiday. You just get together and eat. That's it.
Right, exactly. It's not like you give each other turkeys or something like that.
Or like rabbits for Easter.
No, apparently not.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I got you the turkey.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Clem.
About a 5-hour drive home.
This is great.
Cars
Wanna hang
gonna
out for a
smell
minute
like
or
old
anything?
poultry.
You
No,
just
I
put
did
it
not.
on your hood like a deer.
Cool.
Yeah, sick.
I kind of like that full spread. Full spread. It's like a ship. It's like on the mast, you know. Like
See, I started thinking of the Queens of the Stone Age music
Oh,
video.
yeah.
I went the other direction.
with the deer. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Queens of Stone Age. If you're listening.
Right.
I love you, Dave. and then also the host of the show, but specifically, I was speaking to Dave Grohl.
Oh,
That's fair.
I mean, Dave's the coolest name, so.
That's the one to go with.
Right.
It's my middle name. It's close enough.
Right, exactly. You get to share in the
It's my name.
warmth. Let's see here. I'm going to skip over this little section here a little bit just because we're going to kind of dig deep a little bit there. Because this is talking about kind of the darker side of things a little bit here, and we are going to get into that side too as well. Yeah, obviously things probably weren't as peachy keen as they decided to write history and say, "Oh no, everything was fine, it was great, everybody loved each
best
other, they
friends."
ate and they just hung out, they watched football and had a dance off." Apparently,
History's written by the victors, so just keep that in mind.
Hi, it's me.
Victor. Thank you.
so interestingly, though, I do like this that as I'm scanning through this, they didn't have snakes, but apparently they did eat eels, which is pretty close.
Sea snake.
Yeah, they had fish, eels, shellfish, and
They're stingy.
and then they had boiled cornmeal. We had vegetables. We had meats.
Is that like it's like Grit's ugly cousin? That sounds awful.
Oh my god.
This is my cousin.
Oh,
This is my cousin Grutz.
Grit.
Oh, grunt.
Grunts.
Grunt.
I can tell. Yeah, you honestly, you didn't need to tell me that. I could deduce
Put it
that.
together. I put it together.
Oh, okay. Namesake. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Get him out.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, even for me, I mean, when I grew up, I mean, yeah, there's definitely the picture of pilgrims with buckled hats and buckled shoes,
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
Buckled
Buckled everything.
Yeah,
Belts
that weird
on,
white
buckled
collar
shoes.
thing and
Drax.
the black clothing with the white
classic.
collar.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and and of course, then there's all the cool derivative and somewhat derogatory stuff of like Squanto and like him doing all that.
Yeah.
Squanto was cool though.
Right, except that's not.
I have no way to
really
know that because
his
I'm
real name.
imagining that I didn't learn the truth about them.
Yeah.
He's pretty much just like, they just made a Mortal Kombat character.
Oh, sick. He's like was the token Native American Mortal Kombat character.
I can't remember his name.
Owl? Is it Owl? Nighthawk? Nightwolf? Nightwolf. It's Nightwolf. $100. Final answer.
Nightwolf.
Who wants to eat
pretty
a
sure.
billion pears?
I'm pretty sure it's Nightwolf.
Nightwolf is
Who wants
what?
to pluck
The Mortal
a
Kombat
million
character.
hairs?
Oh, I thought Nightwolf.
No, I thought that was Bob Seger.
Working on a Nightwolf. Thank you. We built that together.
You seen his hair? Definitely a wolf. He's the opposite of Teen Wolf.
I was going to say, shout out to Michael J. Fox.
Middle-aged wolf.
We can't be on the same wavelength forever. This is great.
I give thanks once again
Yep.
to the Podbag.
It's pretty great. The great pod bag in the sky.
Yeah. So,
back in the sky.
Everything obviously wasn't as great as they would like you to think, so we'll talk about that a little bit. So we do have a couple things. Obviously, the Wampanoag Native Americans were part of this, but there was a lot of issues, of course, that happened. Whoops! In accordance to that, yeah, I know, right? Nobody saw that.
No, just broke his Mike's neck.
Nope.
Like a turkey.
Lord.
Nothing but dreams now. Nothing but pods now.
Dream pods.
Dream pods.
So not
Just
all
us
of
sleeping.
Oh God. So not all was as it seemed.
Not as all as it was as it seemed. So
Tell us about that horrible underbelly.
yeah, I know. I'm scanning quickly because
Yeah.
I'm good at this. I'm a professional.
Shooting from the
believe
hip.
you. Oh,
That's the
yeah.
Podbags way.
Well, no. If we had a plan, it'd probably be lame.
Right.
Or it would. go
That's
to
what I would tell
shit.
myself too. Officer, if I drove the speed limit, I would be lame.
Be lame.
Come on.
So
He's got me there.
You're free to go.
Right into a building.
Oh man.
So obviously, though, with the arrival of Europeans coming to the United States, to America, we had a couple things that happened. Of course, one of the first things, too, that I think a lot of us do know, they brought disease with them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Diseases, that Native Americans are like, we don't know shit about what you're
They
bringing
had
right
never
now.
even.
Yeah.
Emphasis
No,
on
Adam.
shit.
And
It was
yeah,
bad.
well, and it's a combination because like they brought like new livestock over here, which of course introduced new diseases and bacteria as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously even just more people. And then apparently also, which is fun, is they just had bad hygiene. The Europeans did.
Dirty. Dirty white. Wow.
I tried to mute.
It was kind of cool.
I feel like I'm getting a disease from all these pilgrims.
Right? Just talking about it.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're getting allergic to it. So apparently at the time, residents of Northern Europe and England, they rarely bathed because they thought it was unhealthy. So
Okay.
To
yeah.
be fair, their water was gross. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying they shouldn't have bathed.
That's not a bad take.
I'm just saying that for a moron, it makes sense.
You're like, oh,
You go, well, the water's dirty. If I get in there, it'll be dirty too. You go,
I ain't doing that.
that's stupid, but I get why it
applaud
makes
you.
sense. I get why it makes sense to you.
That's right.
Well, the Pilgrims smelled bad to the Native Americans. Like,
Yeah,
it was very
of course.
notable, and so bad that they even tried to teach them how to bathe.
Oh no! How condescending for these people that you're like an asshole calling savages to tell you, bro, you just need to wash yourself. Your ass is stinky.
You smell like taint.
Like it's gnarly.
I
just
can smell your
wash.
dingleberries.
It's gross.
I want to eat regular berries for Thanksgiving, not dingleberries. Clean your anus.
Clean it.
That story of Squanto. He taught us how to wipe our ass and not smell like shit.
It was great. It
He was
good
a
time to be
hero.
alive. That's right.
So we have there was basically a kind of a plague that happened. These English and French fishermen came over, and they were transmitting diseases kind of basically to everybody because they'd come in and they'd try to find fresh water and firewood, and then of course they would try to capture the Native Americans because they wanted to trade them as slaves. So of course this created all sorts of things. So we have these 3 years of plague that wiped out. This quote is saying 90 to 96% of the inhabitants of coastal New England.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm not saying no. I'm just like, that is crazy.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's yeah.
Can you imagine? Yeah, like 3 years later, being like almost everybody died because you wouldn't like not smell like taint.
Oh.
Right. So also what we had though then we lost obviously tons of people in that time period.
96%. That's a majority.
Yeah, it says every 20th person survived basically. So you know what I mean. It's just a ridiculous amount of people just gone.
It's like the worst lottery ever.
Yeah, that's not great.
You
So-
won't shit your brains out.
Wasn't there like a high school book about that? The lottery, the something lottery, where like once you got it, they like stoned you to death.
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of like
You don't
Hunger
remember that
Games,
one?
I guess.
It was crazy. I remember reading that and being like, "This is dope.
We didn't.
This is crazy.
Crazy stuff, man."
So
That's
even
a fake spliff.
even once the Pilgrims got there in 1620, it was basically right in the midst of all of this stuff occurring. You know what I mean? So obviously,
Native Americans probably like, get out of here.
I would assume, it wasn't like, oh, yeah, great, more white people. So we have obviously some religion playing into this as well. And let's see here, we have the reason that the English separatists thought that the Native Americans were dying because of God. God decided that the English people were
That's why they drew it. They were like, "Oh, wow, look at them."
The English people were supposed to take over the land, so God was doing them a favor by killing the natives. Yeah, like, oh, well, hey, let me get these out of the way for you. I'm sorry. Sorry, that's mine.
Very cool. Definitely European way of being like...
Yeah, what a great justification, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, they all died because we're supposed to be here.
Not because we smell like balls. Yeah,
that's right. Those two things are definitely not correlating at all.
My ball stench is mine and mine alone.
That's right. Mine and mine alone.
So obviously, basically, kind of what was happening was, as Native Americans were passing away, more European people were coming, and even though the population kind of recovered a little bit, it just wasn't enough because obviously there was more white people coming in.
96% back.
Yeah, well, there's more white people coming than Native Americans, replenishing their own selves. So they just literally got overwhelmed, which is awesome.
Giving things.
Sarcasm, of course, but so we move on though. Specifically, we can talk about the Wampanoags a little bit, right? And Squanto, we have a little bit about his actual name was it looks like Tisquantum was his name.
That's cool.
Yeah, which I like that.
I hope it's not insensitive, but that does sound like an antidepressive medication.
All right.
Take Tisquantum today.
Ask your doctor
about Tisquantum.
Tisquantum is right for you.
You may. I can't.
No. So apparently, though, so we'll talk about him here for a minute. So 6 years before the Mayflower arrived, a slave trader had captured him. And other Native Americans, and so then I like how even this is kind of whitewashed,
shaded.
I guess. Yeah, it says with help from the Catholic Church. Let's see, he did escape and found his way to England, where he learned English.
Escape? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not kidnapping, officer. I'm helping them escape.
So, but he did decide to return to North America in 1619. So
yeah, that's because he didn't escape.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Or he was trying to go back to get other people.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So, he returned. He went to, let's see, his village was Pataset, was the name of his village.
Oh.
And when he got there, he found only piles of bones of his fellow tribesmen killed by the plagues.
So dark.
And he is the sole survivor of his village at that point.
Yikes.
Right. So maybe not so favorable, right?
So Thanksgiving was a horror movie for him.
Right. So during this time frame, the Wampanoag lost up to 75% of its people. So 3 out of 4, right? So still a very high number. And then there, of course, the Wampanoag had an enemy tribe, the Narragansett, which they did not lose as many people. So the Wampanoag was like, oh, well, maybe the Pilgrims will help us fight the Narragansett.
It's their fault that we can't defend ourselves.
It'll be nice.
He just thought it's more people power, let's see if they'll help us kill them,
Well, then, what is it? The enemy of my enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. So the chief, that's why he started to talk with the Europeans. To try to create an alliance,
some sort of coalition.
Alliance was the word. And of course, to Squanto, he obviously was pretty integral with that because he was a translator and knew how to speak English and was able to kind of help along with the communication of that.
That's super important.
Well, yeah, he's been all around, so it's like he knows.
He was in England,
Right.
so he had a little bit more knowledge of just how probably the culture would be and how to convince them to help.
And I hate to split up for half a second, but I'm like, isn't that the most like? Not to look, we're not doing some like, sorry for being white type thing, listeners. But I'm just like, isn't it kind of funny that they're like, hello, I'm to Squantum, and he's like, hey, what got you Squanto?
Right.
Hey, Squanto, hey, what's up? Hey, Squanto.
Yeah, that's too hard to say.
I'm not doing that.
How about Squanto? Okay.
Not my name.
Sounds good. I'll call you Squanto.
Oh, God.
Oh, thanks.
This is going to be great. I can tell already.
So we have this, our harvest in 1621. That's our, first Thanksgiving. Apparently, they celebrated their successful harvest. They shot their guns into the air.
As white people do.
How many bullets could they have? That feels like not a good idea.
Apparently enough, though.
What if Squanto had him do it? Shoot your guns in the air. Yep. Yeah, you're almost out. Yep, get rid of those.
No, you're really let go with this one.
Yep, go for it.
And apparently when they did this, the Wampanoag leader heard this, and he was, I'm going to bring together some warriors, and I'm going to prepare for battle. But instead of fighting, they decided to work together to prepare a feast. So there was that brief misunderstanding of like,
we're that, bro, we're that. And like, no, it's cool. We're just shooting off.
I don't know. They're doing.
Okay.
There's some white people shit happening right now. I don't know.
Some
what's
weird.
going on.
Let's go check it out.
I wish I could explain it so you understand, but I simply cannot.
Right.
Pilgrim Yosemite Sam.
That actually tracks. I like that. You just a little buckle on the hat. Done.
Oh, of course.
He's the oatmeal
That'd
guy.
be pretty awesome. I would totally put. Isn't Velcro just kind of like modern buckles for our shoes?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
All right, that was it. Wasn't meant to be clever.
Yeah,
I was just,
yeah.
Asking.
Velcros are buckles. That was the high point.
That's
of
it.
that, right? Yeah.
Arbuckle.
John Arbuckle. He owned Garfield.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, so, I don't want to dive too much deeper into that for kind of two reasons. One is I just don't feel like reading more about it, but it's because it's awful. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
not great.
I would very strongly recommend people kind of take maybe, it's
A real peak.
yeah, take a look at this,
What it actually was.
It wasn't as great as what obviously historically we've been told, and it does seem like the story is starting to change, which is good. People are starting to be more informational now, and we're starting to get a better look at what actually was going on with
Create an actual understanding.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
We shoot them a lot less when they talk now.
Yeah, right.
Yes, just less.
Unless they get pulled over.
No, we're not going to stop. What are
If
you,
they get
crazy?
pulled over for speeding, though, then
Oh, it's over.
they're going to shoot them for something.
Oh, yeah, like 6 times in the back, but
Quit resisting.
that's right.
It's maybe a large ask, but maybe next Thanksgiving we'll continue the story. We'll do some more information. But
Yeah.
for now, look it up for yourself.
Well, and even just to finish even real quick, like with Tisquantum, one thing even that came up as I was reading through this, like he passed away, I believe, he passed away just a year after the first Thanksgiving.
Oh wow! So he came back and probably got sick.
Yeah, he did. He literally succumbed to a disease as well.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, the story is such a narrow snapshot of like, oh, everybody was really cool with each other for like a day.
Yeah, for like 3 hours. So like,
Well, 3
Hey,
days.
hey.
Remember, it lasted 3 days,
Oh, okay.
I guess. So, we had 3 days of, let's all eat together. And then, of course, the Native Americans go home and go, what's this weird rash?
what's this lump on my body? Yeah.
Why? Yeah. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it has definitely been very glorified.
Yeah, but that's all right. We'll just see green bean casserole and have your great uncle say weird racist things.
Horrible. things.
It's like Thanksgiving all over again. Definitely Pilgrim saying weird racist things and eating odd food, and now we just do it again. But we
Always asks your nephew's new girlfriend, "What kind of Chinese are you?"
and she goes, I'm Korean.
I'm
I'm
I'm from New Jersey.
I'm takeout.
And then she puts a sniper scope on.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
That's a musical. I would watch that.
Oh gosh, Thanksgiving the musical.
Oh,
Chinese
cool.
takeout.
Dude, that'd be so cool if it was like Jackie Chan as a hitman. It was called Chinese Takeout.
Oh, that's so
I would
sick.
so watch that. That'd be
He'd be
awesome.
the coolest hitman.
Oh, and his thing is like him and his buddies start like like the classic mob thing, like you start like a pizza joint or whatever is like
Yeah.
your front.
Yeah.
He starts like a Chinese takeout, like a Chinese buffet, and he's like,
Nice.
I can't stay here anymore. I gotta get out of the business. And it's just like why people being like, there's not enough pizza in the heat tray, and he's like, I need to make enough money to get out of this business. And he's like, you gotta come back into the fold. And then he like gets back in his hitman ways.
It's like John Wick. I love it.
Yeah, but it's Jackie Chan because he's awesome.
So cool.
Chinese takeout. I'm telling you, make it happen.
I wrote it down. It's happening.
Come on.
We could probably do a 5-minute musical though. We could create our own.
Chinese
I think
takeout.
that would
Chinese
be special.
takeout.
I think that'd
Yeah.
be something really special.
Like that is,
rad.
and just so people know, that literally is a thing that we're working on as far some of our Patreon content.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have 5-minute musicals, but we didn't think about original ones, but we could.
That's
Now we do.
true. Yeah.
And
I
now
never
we
even-
have one. We have our first production.
Chinese takeout. It's too
Yep.
good.
You're witnessing-
So
Jackie Chan can actually sing really good too.
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's great.
I have no idea.
He's like great. He's like he can do like Chinese opera. He's really good.
Oh.
It's just most of the time, obviously, it's more exciting to see him kick ass.
That's the generally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So also, I mean, honestly,
Sells
part of the
more
reason I don't want to go to the dark side of Thanksgiving too much because I want this to have a little bit of levity.
It's like a
right?
turkey.
Yeah.
Let's stay on the
We
white
did
meat.
Yeah. We did the white meat. We did the dark meat. But now let's do what we do best.
Go to
we're
the
we're going to
breast.
talk about some of this. Yeah, go to the breast.
The other
We're going
way.
to talk
I like
about
it.
some of the more ridiculous things here. Some of the sillier
In
things
classic
here.
Podbags fashion.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Keep it
one
crazy.
thing I wanted to look at, because of course I think we all are pretty much aware of it, at least here in the United States. What happens when you deep fry a turkey?
It's dangerous like 80% of
burn
the
down
time.
your house.
Yeah, exactly. Like
It's really
Your
but
garage
man,
is ashes.
it tastes so good though.
it does. It tastes. I had
pretty
one. I
awesome.
don't.
Tastes like ashes.
I will
No,
say though,
it's wonderful.
I had a
No.
deep fried turkey one. For
still have a
Thanksgiving.
garage.
I didn't think it was better. I did
No?
not find it.
I think it's just
superior.
different.
Yeah, I did not. I like
It's the
traditional.
Yeah. Is the theory that it's more juicy? Is that what it
it
is?
was.
No, it can be more juicy, but it's usually just. Whoops, sorry, just karate chop my mic.
Bass drop.
Chinese takeout.
Sick.
No, it's just that since the turkey usually has all the skin on it, just when you deep fry it, like it just cooks kind of quicker, which is like part of the thing that's cool about it, I guess. But also that you just get like lovely little crispy skin on it,
Right.
so it's just kind of different. Where it's like I
It
feel
was.
like I wouldn't say it's definitely juicy, but it's not like I feel like it's like fried chicken, where it's like a tighter juicy than like cooking it for a really long time, where it's like everything in it breaks down to like nice, like perfect, like barbecue-y kind of. It's still lovely and moist. It's just kind of different.
It's so silly. I hadn't even connected fried chicken with fried turkey in my brain.
Poultry,
It wasn't-
yeah.
It wasn't even the same.
To be
See,
fair,
though-
I've never seen anybody completely fry a whole chicken.
That's fair.
That would be crazy.
That is
Like a whole chicken.
that is what I was picturing for the turkey.
like a
So
rotisserie chicken, but you're just
Yep.
like,
Drop her in there.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the oven turkey's more my speed. I like that better. That's
Oh,
more
yeah.
my thing.
I think I like it better because then you can take that afterwards and like make like sandwiches and stuff, which is pretty awesome.
I just think the flavors it just was better. It was superior.
Sure.
So, yeah. So,
you
but I get it. I get the advantage of it. But so we want to talk about this a little bit. So
Doggy
we have
bags for you.
deep fried turkeys, right? So they cause an average of 5 deaths, 60 injuries, and $15 million in property damage every year.
Yeah,
I believe
that
it.
sounds
It never looks safe. Even
Yeah.
deep frying at home with like reasonable stuff is still like slightly questionable.
Yep, because you can have a couple things happen. The turkey itself can explode because of the temperature difference, so it literally causes the bird to.
Yeah.
Because you didn't thought. It's right. Yeah, you
Well,
didn't.
plus
thought
because the
correctly.
water in it too. If you
Right.
have a giant thing of grease and there's still like little like ice and
Yep.
totally.
Wow.
And then you have exploded turkey.
And a lot of it, because it's a lot
and
of
an
oil.
open flame. Not to mention an open flame.
Right.
Usually propane. Yeah.
It's not. It's bad.
Obviously, also that causes you can get oil burns, and of course, then the fires, right? Which I'm sure most of us have seen videos of that.
Because they set it in the grass, and it just burns all the grass.
Oh my gosh, it
Better
just
than
shows.
the garage, I guess.
Wow, it could be both.
Yeah, right.
Oh no, the garage is in the grass.
So between 2017 and 2019, we had 2,300 fires that were reported.
2 days
due to deep frying turkeys.
Oh my god.
That's what I mean. It's not worth it. I think when I got the deep fried turkey, it was like from a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like you just like buy it for like a Thanksgiving thing. That's way better. If you want a deep fried turkey, don't do it yourself.
No, leave it to the pros.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not you. You're not a pro.
We are not pros. But it's exactly what we talked about. Basically, the problem is people aren't thawing them correctly, so it's leaving a little bit of ice or whatever, and of course, ice contacts the hot oil, and then you get this very explosive thing, and it just turns out to not be a great thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, the good thing about it is fun to watch those videos on Thanksgiving.
There you go.
sure.
And
You
eat your regular turkey and like.
Yeah.
Because you can see it in their face. They notice right away that they,
They know.
This is something. This
It's kind of
was a
true.
mistake.
I've done that with regular frying, where it's like the second it leaves your hand, you like feel it bounce on the oil, and you can tell if you made a mistake. You immediately go, that wasn't good.
This is
Well,
a bad idea.
I think that's the thing too. Is like, if it's not just the thawing / whatever problem, then people also do a bad job of measuring things out correctly. Where it's like their pot versus
the
versus
volume
the
of the
displacement.
turkey. Yeah.
Fill it full of oil.
And the turkey, and then it's like glunk, and it's like a ton of oil.
And it goes
comes
over
out.
the rim and directly down to the flame.
You're like, no. Yeah, right on the propane tank.
Exactly onto
You
it.
may as well just cook on top of like an IED.
It's
Just save yourself the time. It's okay.
Yeah. So obviously this is coming out on Thanksgiving. So these things have already
Might be too
occurred.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You were not warned, but you are warned for next year.
That's
Them in a
right.
full body cast in the hospital listening.
Learn from others' mistakes,
Right.
and if you don't, learn from yours.
So we're going to have one. We got to talk about one more thing here. And Bram was very astute and brought this up. Yeah, that the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Right. We have.
It's pretty iconic.
It is. It is a very notable thing here in the United States.
Charlie Brown, Snoopy.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched more than maybe like a minute of it.
You get the idea.
It's pretty old timey.
Yeah, it's just people walking down the road. I don't.
Parades are pretty old school. It's
They're
not
flammable, so I'm wishfully watching. But
What if they fried a turkey on top of
that's
a
what I'm
balloon?
saying. I'm just trying to get
They
all
should-
of the America together,
All of
right in a balloon.
something we can all agree on.
They just have big cannons filled with oil and turkey that they shoot at the balloons. That would be awesome.
I got it mixed up with a T-shirt cannon. Oh my god!
Just put a t-shirt. Yeah, put a t-shirt in there. It's like napalm.
Oh no! Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
So go figure. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade hosted by Macy's.
Right.
Weird, right? So the first one apparently took place in 1924.
Dang.
Kind of
And
more recent than I thought, because I'm pretty sure Macy's was founded like 18 something.
Dang,
Oh,
I didn't
dude.
know that.
Oh no, they're old. Yeah, dude, they're old. Let's see. I'm trying to find it.
it was founded in 1858.
Nice work.
Okay, you went a lot faster than me. I couldn't think of the word. Established. That's what it was. Yeah, 1858. Yeah, because it's old. Them and JCPenney, old dude.
It's been doing it.
They're older than Thanksgiving officially being a holiday in the U.S.
Yeah.
Right. I would say it was 1870, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it took them some time. So, interestingly, this ties for the second oldest Thanksgiving parade in the United States. And they're tied with America's Thanksgiving parade, which was in Detroit.
Oh, cool.
Right. And
Represent
then
Michigan.
both of those parades are 4 years younger than Philadelphia's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh,
So Philadelphia had the first one, the oldest one. But
I mean,
then
to be fair, Philadelphia
Detroit
was there
and-
before like everyone else too.
Yeah.
So,
right. But yeah, Detroit and New York tie, to start theirs. So
That's pretty cool.
sounds right.
yeah. So yeah, what do we got? We got it's a 3-hour parade typically. It's held from 9 a.m. to noon. What was that, Danger?
Yeah, the 3 hour.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. And it has been televised nationally since 1953 on NBC.
So quite old.
Yeah.
What's also like the most exciting looking one, I would think.
Well, that would be what?
got, like, all the iconic balloon stuff.
70 years this year.
Yeah. Wow.
So the parade workforce made up of Macy's employees and their friends and family, all of whom work as volunteers, of course, because it's the United States. Hey, how about you work on a holiday for no money? Sounds good.
And do.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Great.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I didn't have any plans or anything. Well.
So let's talk. We have in 1924. We have the first one. They some employees from the Macy's marched along 34th Street, and they were dressed in vibrant costumes, and they had floats. Yeah, they had professional bands and live animals borrowed from the Central Park Zoo.
Okay.
On loan.
Yep.
That's right.
And at the end of that first parade, Santa Claus was welcomed into Herald Square.
Nice.
Oh.
You're like,
Yeah.
hey, get in here, bud.
Yep. So even then, they're just like, no, let's kind of skip right over this holiday. So that's where Santa was enthroned on the Macy's balcony at the store entrance, and then he was crowned King of the Kitties.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to continue not knowing that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Men in Black
Thank
memory
you.
flash, yeah.
And it's gone.
But apparently, it was so successful because it did have an audience of 250,000 people.
Lord.
Which is a lot.
Yeah. So they're like, you know what? This worked.
That's also when our population was like, well, I guess 20.
Yeah.
huh?
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to know what pop, like percentage wise, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
What will we say, 1923?
1924.
1924 U.S. population.
pop.
Let's check.
Pop, checking the pop.
114 million.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's, I mean, 250,000. That's a percentage.
I think he's right.
No. No, he's not.
I disagree.
Let's see. We're gonna do. I'm gonna try and do some quick math.
It's
right here on the
literally like-
calculator.
Like, not even 0.25%. It's like 0.2%.
Yeah, but for an inaugural one,
Well,
that's
no,
pretty
I know,
good.
but I'm just saying
Of
our
everyone in the
math
US.
is incorrect. So as you're researching that mathematics there,
I stopped doing. I don't care.
right?
About that weeks
I
ago.
don't care. Don't make me do math today. I do like this. The Macy's parade was apparently enough of a success that it pushed Ragamuffin Day.
Oh, break my heart.
Yeah, the typical children's Thanksgiving Day activity.
What the fuck is that?
It was from 1870 till the 1920s. Apparently, they celebrated Ragamuffin Day on Thanksgiving Day, and
So they did have a celebration.
Ragamuffin
Since it was
Day
official.
was featured children going around and performing a primitive version of trick or treating.
Just put like turkey in their bags or something. Full mashed potatoes.
It was just
Scoop potato.
he's so heavy.
But apparently, this practice into the like in 1920s had become had come to annoy most adults.
Yeah, that sounds right.
To be fair, that is 2 months in a row you have to buy a bunch of stuff.
Oh, no thank you.
Yeah, but really, they weren't trick or treating on Halloween either, though.
Yeah, when did that
Not in the
start?
20s.
Yeah.
That's why they switched it though.
I have an excuse. I got kids.
I don't know when
how
it
to do
started. Maybe we should listen to a podcast that covered the history of Halloween.
My eyes are shifting back and forth.
Which would be one of ours in case nobody
Link in our bio.
got that. Yeah, it's there. It's, a couple episodes ago, so check it out. Yeah, so basically they were annoyed because they saw it as begging when you're doing trick or treating. So
I mean,
that's why they didn't like
not
it.
wrong.
Yeah, it's just fancy begging.
That's right.
So that's also apparently why they decided that this
Organized
this
crime begging.
this parade is better. We'd rather have people working for no money and volunteering to do work
Begging.
than begging for money.
I'd like to explain. I was just say I'd like to explain capitalism to someone and just see what. What do you mean?
But it kind of makes sense. They're switching stuff around. They're like, all right, we're going to switch the begging holiday. It's October. And you wear a spooky mask, and people don't know you're begging directly. They go, oh, cool costume.
Oh, clever.
Undercover begging.
That's right.
Great
Nice.
television show at
Oh,
CBS.
yep. That's getting.
But then they're like, all right, we're just going to eat on Thanksgiving. But then they wanted to make a cool parade.
Yeah. So the parade obviously continued to be successful. It continued to grow. We had in 1933, they had over 1 million people lining the parade route.
There you go.
And then in 1934, we get the first Mickey Mouse balloon.
Oh,
Okay.
They looked around and they're like, you know what? We just have way too much fucking helium.
Right. And then the festivities were broadcast on local radio stations from 1932 to 1941, and then again in 45 through 51. Of course, we know why there was a little pause there.
Oh, you're talking about...
Yeah, there was a war happening. But
Yeah, okay.
Can you imagine, though, trying to describe that
intense.
Macy's Day Parade?
Here they are coming down the street right now, and here we got balloons. It's a giant balloon. It looks like a giant mouse. It's a little scary. It's black and it's white, and I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, my God.
It's on fire! Why? Why? It wasn't on fire.
I don't know. Describing a parade on the radio sounds awful.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something I
it's
would
not quite a
wanna do.
boxing match.
Right. So the parade was suspended for those couple years, 1942, 1943, 44, and that was due to World War II.
What if he boxed Goofy?
And the reason was because they were repurposing the rubber and helium for the war effort.
The helium.
Helium.
Yeah.
Like
No,
for
that's
their,
interesting.
Like drones?
It's for their war
like
cries.
OG. Fantastic. They do. That's right.
Turn
They
to
sounded
mini-me?
like. I thought it was SpongeBob. I thought that's what you were going with.
Oh. Yeah, that would work too. Wow.
Freaked everybody out, and they just left.
Yeah,
They won
just
a
go.
lot of
That's the
battles
way to
that
do
way.
We can't attack. There's kids in there.
That's right.
They're talking about military plans, which is weird, but
Oh man! I was thinking that was like a cool like OG drone, like it floated a camera.
oh no, actually you might be right. I think they did have like attack balloons or something.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
What do you
there was
think,
literally
shoot
like
it when
dirigibles.
it's over them?
Well, yeah.
That's
No,
crazy.
no. I think I don't know. I thought they were like kind of little drone things, or maybe they just did like little like helium things, and then you just put like little bombs in there. I don't know.
Side note: Goofy would whip Mickey's ass. He's got that reach.
He's way taller.
Oh yeah, he's lanky.
Stupid rich.
He'd uppercut him.
yeah, he's
no,
got
maybe
the-
not uppercut him because he's
Oh, yeah.
taller, but
Oh, that'd be it. That's like some
He'd
Mortal
be- it'd
Kombat
be-
uppercut.
yeah.
shit.
crouch down.
Some haymaker.
Does the Dora jump?
Crouch down.
Yuck.
So
Get yucked.
you gotta
Worse.
Oh gosh. You gotta do like the Hadouken thing, but with the laugh.
It just shoots a
Mickey, keep
a
him in your sight. You
shoe-shaped
gotta
Hadouken.
keep an eye on his fist.
I don't know. Oh gosh,
There's another musical for you.
punch me right in the nose. Oh god.
So the Macy's Parade started gaining more prominence because it was featured in the 1947 film Miracle on 34th Street.
Classic.
So that obviously people, oh, okay, that's cool. So now they really wanted to start to see it.
Angel gets his wings.
So the first broadcast on TV was in 1948 of the parade.
Okay, I didn't know if we were
what you got.
supposed to have a reaction.
I was just trying to keep my cat away from the
Oh.
show, so I had to take a moment.
We would have another debacle.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cats.
So let's see, since 1985, we have the parade has been traditionally led by the New York City Police Department Highway Patrol. And then in 2019, this is actually pretty cool. The cast of Sesame Street led the parade in honor of the show's 50th anniversary.
Nice.
What year was that?
2019,
Yeah, I don't remember a lot about that one for reasons.
right?
There was a space where I sort of spaced out for a few years in there in the middle.
It's still happening.
So we're gonna stay on our chronology here and kind of talk about this. So we have in 1993. I actually feel like I remember this. A gust of wind blew one of the balloons, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Fast.
Jaleel White.
Yeah, he took off. He was trying to catch rings. Blew him into a lamppost at Columbus Circle. The lamppost damaged the balloon, and then the top of the post broke off.
Oh God!
While in the balloon, and then the balloon fell down. It did injure a child and a police officer.
Oh, see, that sucks. I was gonna make like why didn't it explode burning joke, but that's it already killed. It hurt somebody.
Hey Timmy, are you excited for the new Sonic game? It's gonna be great. No.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Yeah. No interest.
Oh, it was 1993.
The wind was blowing.
That's right.
The smell of chili dogs permeated the air.
God.
There was an off-duty police officer standing at my side.
Oh, God, he's right there.
He's coming right for us.
Oh, my God. Getting a fist. Get kids.
So then in 1997, also high winds, we had Cat in the Hat this time. He was the perpetrator.
That's a lot of hat.
Yeah, he blew into a lamppost, and this one sucks even worse. The debris struck a parade goer, fracturing her skull, and she was in a coma for 24 days.
Oh
That's a long time.
Until Christmas? Well, pretty much.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Wow.
And then we had an incident with Barney the dinosaur. He veered out of control and he was eventionally stomped and stabbed by the NYPD. I do like the colorful language they use there.
I love you. I'm complying.
Police.
They put him in a chokehold.
Oh, God. Sounds like Chief Wiggum.
And then the Pink Panther balloon collapsed onto the ground, and that was stabbed by an NYPD inspector.
Lord.
And so they literally formed a task force.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah, and started implementing safety regulations to try to even restrict the size of the balloons. And then they removed lamppost arms on the parade route. And then they started training people on the correct way to handle your giant balloons.
Oh, you're telling me that stomping and stabbing wasn't the way?
Well, yeah, you shouldn't let them just go.
Well, I like that they had the balloons for like 60 years at that point. They're like, maybe we should do training now.
We should probably do something about this.
Come on,
just
man.
trusting our volunteers.
That's right.
Yeah, they didn't even get paid. The stakes are too low.
Right. So also we had in 2005 we had an M&M's balloon that collided with a street light.
I feel like I remember that one. Was it the yellow one?
They don't know.
I thought it was the big goofy one.
That is a big goofy
I'm
one.
not sure.
Ooh.
So yeah, I mean obviously they've been fighting quite a bit with these. We do have, I'm going to give you this. This is exciting information here. The coldest temperature for the parade, we had one, it was 19 degrees during the event.
Oh.
Yeah, the warmest one was in 1933, though, at 69 degrees.
Wow, that
Holy
is
crap.
quite warm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even if the humidity is that's nuts.
Right.
New York.
Then they also had, obviously, we had a lockdown, so they did downsize in 2020. They did not allow public, so they just filmed as a broadcast-only event. So we had that weird,
The silent.
I know, right? Yeah. So,
Work from home and the task force is like leaning out apartment windows, a sniper.
That's right.
Waiting for the balloon.
This is great.
so then also we have, let's see here. We have the NBC broadcast of the 2022 parade. Was the first time that the broadcast was hosted entirely by women.
Okay.
What year?
2022. Last year.
Shouldn't it be hosted by like all balloons?
That's not a terrible argument.
Right.
What if we did all balloons and then we had people on strings, Bon Jovi living on a prayer music video style, and they flew around?
They should have the 99 Lift Balloon Girl.
Oh, nice.
She can just sing that.
The song was about like Berlin Wall, though, right? We could rework it.
Sure,
It's Thanksgiving. It's has
about
a sordid
split.
history.
Yeah, it's about one side that doesn't want to wash their taint.
That's
So-
right. Know who you are.
So this year, though, 2023, the parade is going to start a half an hour early.
Whoa.
And that'll be the first time in almost a century.
Because?
Why not?
Okay, cool, sick.
I don't have the reason here. I don't
just thought
actually
that
know.
I just feel like it, I guess.
Strange.
Yeah, they're going to start at 8:30. So
I feel like it's weird to start it earlier.
Maybe they just want to go home early.
Yeah,
Right.
They
I
are
don't know.
volunteers.
But so we'll talk here just briefly, a little bit on the background, though. This is what we were talking about pre-bags before we started recording.
That's right.
So the balloons, though, were originally introduced in 1927. And they did replace the live zoo animals that they were using.
Weirdly enough, it sounds like they would be safer than the balloons, though.
I was wondering what the over-under was.
Right? I'm not sure. So the original balloons, it looks like they were produced by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company.
That makes sense.
It says from 1920s actually through 1980. So
Oh, wow. That's a good contract.
Yeah. That's a good year. That's a lot of good years.
Nice.
But as Brom had mentioned, there was in 1927 they did not have a procedure to deflate the balloons, so they just let them go. They
Just in New York.
literally released them. And then in 1928, 5 of the giant balloons were designed and filled with helium to rise above 2,000 feet and slowly deflate. And whoever was lucky enough to capture the
Oh, you mean be
contestants
captured.
in Macy's balloon race and return them, they get a reward of $100.
Which is like over $1,000 now, I think.
It's
More than they're paying the people that were holding it.
$1,600.
Which that's pretty good, but also like that would be so hard to transport. They're huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
They probably
exactly.
weigh so much. If
can't
you ever
even
tried to
imagine.
like pick up like even like a deflated like water bed or
Oh,
like a
God.
deflated like the kind of full size like
Yep.
above ground pools.
I was thinking
like
like even
those
a
are
tent,
heavy.
even a tent for like a wedding or whatever,
Oh,
like Alex did that thing, like those things. That's
So
that's
heavy. Yeah,
That's big.
So this very well thought out competition lasted until 1932. So like 4
Still
years.
4 years though.
Yeah, of just balloons coming down, and
You're just eating with your families.
Where does it end?
it does.
We just made $1,600.
Yeah, but we lost 3 kids.
Booyah.
Wow. So we have a couple different varieties, though, of balloons. We have the oldest one was the novelty balloons class, which consisted of smaller balloons, and they were handled by anywhere between 1 and 30 people.
All right.
And they were shaped like human heads and fit on the heads of the handlers.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, we also have the larger
Seems
ones.
unsafe.
I don't think they're worried about safety.
It's like the old Howie Mandel thing. You remember when he used to blow up a surgical glove on his head? It's kind of like that,
Classic.
but not as fun. The larger and more popular class, of course, is the character balloons, which is probably what we're more familiar with.
right.
And those are handled by exactly 90 people. I'm sure that's from the regulations
Yeah,
that they
with
had to implement and be
3
like,
times the maximum of the other.
yeah. And then we have a third balloon class that was around from 2005 to 2012. This is called the Blue Sky Gallery, and this was transform works of contemporary artists into full size balloons.
interesting.
And and then it did we had a 5-year hiatus, and then it came back in 2018 and lasted until 2020.
So I guess they
killed a lot of things.
Right.
I guess they just wait for like a lot of they just wait for interesting art piece to come and be like, all right, fine, we'll do a run.
So
There was a dry period where there wasn't any good art.
Looking around, man, I don't
That's
like
not
these.
worth it.
So this is thanks to Wikipedia. We do kind of have this really cool thing. I'm not going to read all of it, but some of it. We have the year of the parade and what balloons were featured in the parade.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So I'll do a few of my. Some of these are interesting. So in 1928, though, I appreciate this where it was fish, tiger, hummingbird, sky elephant, early bird.
Sky Hill.
I'm like,
Yeah, they're
yes,
just like,
know.
I don't know, they're just super generic. But then, and even in 1929, they already kind of upped it where they're like, nah, we got to make this cooler. So 1929, we have Turk with Sparkplug the horse,
Oh,
Cats and Jammers with the captain, which sounds like an awful morning radio show.
Yes.
yeah.
Sultan of Sulu,
These are very odd.
Turkey gobbler,
Oh, okay. That makes more
just
sense.
the gobbler?
old man dragon, which was apparently the longest balloon to ever appear in the parade.
Oh. Can you imagine if it was like a mile long? It's like, is the parade here yet? It just blots out the sun. Oh, it's like War of the Worlds.
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth. I'm trying to see real quick if I can find out how long it was. This old man dragon
It's a
balloon.
giant dragon balloon.
I know, right?
Dragon bees, no, okay.
Hey. That took 90 more people.
The hardest laugh Dad has had all episode. Is that D's nuts?
Jeez.
Real men.
Yeah, of course.
I wouldn't know.
What do I give thanks for? Nope, can't find it. Sorry.
We'll just guess it's like a half mile long. 'Cause
Sure.
We don't care.
Big shit.
We had, in 1930, we had Joe Jinks, Barney Google.
Barney Goo
Barney Google.
Google.
Yep, Barney Google and Boob McNutt.
That's not real.
I am
tried to top
dead serious.
McNutt.
Boob McNutt.
That's my next Fallout character. That's great.
I think that might be my D&D character.
Boob McNutt. My great grandfather was in a parade.
Apparently, Boob McNutt was a comic strip.
McNutt the 15th.
It was a comic strip that ran from 1918 to 1934.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so
I just love that some guy came up with Barney Google. They're like, oh man, I'm going to be the coolest guy at the parade. And then he's like, watch this, motherfucker.
Here's Boob McNutt.
It's the comic strip version
Damn
of
it.
American Psycho. So you can look at this.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
But then obviously we start to get some. We start getting some more,
Nice.
I guess, commercially popular stuff. Like I said, Mickey Mouse in 1934.
Right.
Donald Duck in 1935. In 1938, they had an Uncle Sam balloon, because of course. 1939 was Tin Man and Santa Claus. We had Superman in 1940, so
Hello.
that's kind of cool.
Okay, really developing.
Yeah.
1945, they had ice cream cone.
Have to follow Superman.
Yeah.
They were
Well,
like, Superman.
what do you put in your ice cream cone? Yeah, it's Superman. There you go.
Saying.
Yeah, it's all about that. Apparently,
Whatever you want.
in
Yes.
the 50s, there's literally 1950 was Toy Soldier and Rainbow Trout, but then the rest of the 50s, there's just one. There's Mighty Mouse in 1951, Spaceman in 1952. 53 had a dachshund and a goldfish. 54 was a gorgeous gobbler.
Oh,
56 was Observer.
I need to call my ex.
What does that mean?
And then 57 was Popeye. Apparently, they just were like, we just need one balloon. That's good enough.
An observer?
I don't know what's
That's
going on.
horrifying.
Biblically accurate Macy's Day Parade balloon.
Jesus.
But look at 1992.
Afraid.
1992, they had Santa Goofy,
Okay.
Oh.
which is cool. Apparently,
specific.
yeah, Goofy dressed up in a Santa outfit.
Was it Santa dressed up as
Yeah.
Goofy?
Oh, God.
2014, we had Thomas the Tank Engine.
Nice.
We had Pikachu. We had the red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Cool.
The red one. Fun
I
fact,
don't
did
know.
you know that he turned to homosexual pornography after this show?
The Red Ranger or the actor?
Oh, wow. Rangers, I have a lucrative business opportunity for you. We might have to foreclose the Power Ranger cave.
The Red Ranger's
need
like,
your
don't
help."
listen to Zordon.
It's not fun, dude. I can't even sit in the Megazord anymore.
Oh, no.
So here, obviously, 2023. The list is here, so this would be for tomorrow. Which I know this is releasing after, but we're recording before.
It might be at midnight.
Yep. So
Wake up, Mom.
we've got Beagle Scout Snoopy,
Okay.
which is the 9th version of Snoopy.
That's a lot.
We have Monkey D. Luffy.
Oh, from One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece. Yeah.
We have Leo.
The actor?
It just says
Okay,
Leo.
no, I like the actor 10 times
Leonardo
better.
DiCaprio.
It's just the face. It's the meme face.
And then we have Poe from Kung Fu Panda
Nice.
and Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What an odd lineup.
Yeah, kind of went the other way with that last one.
Yeah. So
Why are all these guys hanging out? That's very weird.
Yeah, it's like a photo. It's like a photo of your famous black metal stars, and they're hanging out with like, I don't know, Cindy Crawford. You're like,
It's like
what?
it's definitely like something I would have had as like my Facebook banner in like middle school.
oh, absolutely.
It's like anime, Pillsbury Doughboy,
oh yeah, the
Kung
collection.
Fu Panda, and a random actor.
That's right.
And I go like, this is
A
awesome.
mean random actor.
So I think worth mentioning, since 1986, we also have Falloons, which is a float and balloon. It's a portmanteau.
Oh,
A float-based balloon.
That sounds like a blimp.
Nope.
it's a ground blimp.
A float, like not a floating balloon. A
No,
float.
I know. No, I know, but like a parade.
Yeah, he's
float.
saying it's a blimp
That's a
because a blimp is just a balloon with a place to
cargo
sit.
bay for people.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how those work, though. I feel like they're attached to the float. Like there might be like a line running up, and the balloon is kind of going with it.
Yeah, but it could
Okay,
still
so
be
it's
a
something
blimp
on the ground to look
It's just
at.
a really disconnected blimp.
No, it's a falloon.
Maybe the blue robot hit him really hard, and
Oh, there you go.
Blimps run under their own power.
So does a
Wow.
float.
I had no idea there was parameters.
Right, but that's why
of course
these are
you do.
falloons, because it's a balloon attached to a float.
But but falloon would imply that the balloon is the thing that drives the how it moves. The balloon isn't pulling the float.
The float is pulling the balloon.
Yeah, so it's a float first.
It's a bloat.
Yeah, it is to my eyes.
If you ask me.
And then also we have a balloonicle, which is a portmanteau, a balloon and vehicle. So that's a self-powered balloon vehicle.
Balloonicle. Like we said at the beginning, hey, if you're in the shower, check your sack.
That's
And
right.
then we also have a flow-a-loonicle, which
This is just stupid.
a float, balloon, and vehicle all combined together. And
Once
there
again,
was
that's
one.
just a blimp.
That's a blimp.
Th-
with
this
more
was
steps.
this was introduced in 2021. It was the Heinz Gravy Pirates flow-a-loonicle.
That sounds kind of awesome.
I
though.
know,
What?
right?
Heinz Gravy Pirates. I want like a leather jacket with that on it.
What year is that? 21? Is that
Yeah,
what-
2021.
They were just looking for a fucking win at that point. They're like, I don't care. Put everything together. We need an upper.
Yep, we got to one-up these people.
That does sound kind of awesome, to be fair.
So, more because I have to go. That's all I have.
That's it.
And I think that was a lovely amount of information.
It's a time constraint, is what it is. But yes, it is. It's a great amount of information.
Spent too much time on Boob McNutt.
Boob
Yeah,
McNutt,
it's too funny.
it's great.
couldn't help ourselves.
I want to find the comic book now.
A lot of fascinating characters.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
Don't wash your balls. To Squantum.
That's right.
Boob McNutt.
McNutt.
Goofy uppercutting Mickey. A lot of highlights this year. You know what it's like? It's like a cornucopia. It's like a Thanksgiving.
Nice. A
That's
good
our Thanksgiving
collection.
meal of podcasting. Is
Our,
There you
yes,
go.
our meal of ridiculous characters.
There you go, guys.
Have a little. Hey, take a little scoop of everything. Hey,
Oh,
and go
oh,
back
just
for
a little
seconds.
Hey, could you pass the Tisquantum?
Oh, of course.
I didn't get
Could
enough.
you pass the taint stench?
I'm a little shy.
No, I like it as leftovers. I usually let the taint stench sit in the fridge for a
right.
couple days
Ooh.
because it's so much better than
cook.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it
gets way
marinates a little
funkier.
bit.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
That with some sauerkraut, you're good to go.
God. It's like a dumpster.
So that is our compressed, synopsized version of Thanksgiving. Some of the highlights and the lowlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all there. We left nothing on the table.
Dark meat and the light meat.
We ate it all.
We cleaned up after ourselves.
That's right.
So, we appreciate you if you stuck around this long. Thanks for
Hey,
listening.
thanks for listening. Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Right. Exactly.
you.
Thanks for giving us your time.
Well, now where can they find us?
Yeah.
So you can obviously subscribe, follow us. We're on pretty much most of all of the major podcast platforms.
All the cool ones.
That's
Yep.
right.
And of course, if you can leave a review or anything on any of those, that helps. Those 5 stars or 5 turkey legs or whatever. We appreciate all that. And you can also comment feedback on there, or you can comment feedback directly at us at facebook.com/podbags, at tumblr.com/podbags, or on Instagram at Podbags Podcast. And then you can email us directly as well if you'd like at podbagspodcast@gmail.com.
Very professional.
Right to us.
Yes. and we would appreciate it. It'll give us something to do after we're done eating turkey and enchiladas and green bean casserole and mashed potatoes.
I'm going to be
pie.
unzipping my pants for space.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be to read your letters.
Hello.
Oh,
Wow.
Do I have to bleep that? Goodness.
it's the weird version of Dear Penthouse. It's Dear Podbags.
Dear Podbags.
Dear
Whoa,
Podbags.
cool.
Yeah, tell us your dirty stories.
Oh, man. Yeah. Tell us how you got stuffed at this Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Whoa. Dang. Killing it today.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it for us. That is another episode that we have bagged and tagged. And also, we need.
Hey.
I already forgot about it. That was funny.
We'll see you next time. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll hear. You'll hear more from us next time. Have a good week. Bye.
Goodbye.